The sheet anchor, Canefield and Adelphi pump stations went down at about the same time. The water company remained silent on the issue as thousands were affected. The only access to potable water was from Gaisuko's pump at Adelphi. Chairman of the number 38 Ordnance Fort Land NDC, Roy Jaffarali says many persons have tried to get information from him on the situation, but he had no answer for them on the total shutdown of the water supply in the two NDC areas, affecting residents as far as Palmaria.
And nothing is forthcoming from Dr. Van West Charles or his officers. The operators at GWI is turning off their phone off the hook because of the fact they're bombarded with calls. And correctly so, people are worried. And they're also bombarding the chairman. And I have no answer to them because honestly, I don't.
While the residents have been made to suffer, Jaffarali says both the Guyana Water Inc. and the Guyana Power and Light have been blaming each other over the shutdown.
Dr. Van West Charles, the CEO for Guyana, is not forthcoming with any information to alleviate the problem. He is not sending officers on the ground to ensure that the residents are comforted in certain way that water will be coming anytime soon. Nothing of that nature has been forthcoming. And the GWI is playing the blame game with GPL. They're saying it's a power problem. GPL is saying that GWI needs to install a piece of equipment to regularize the voltage coming so that the pump can be operating properly. And there is back and forth, but nobody is coming solidly with pertinent information for me to inform the residents.
The NDC chairman has expressed concern about the sanitation, noting that there could soon be an outbreak of some disease because of the lack of water in the 10 villages.
In the housing schemes, the houses are closely knitted. And if you don't have water for do sanitation, then an epidemic is going to break out. In modern time, thousands of people in this part of the country use water. And prior to the total shutdown on Friday, water was intermittent. For months and months. It only runs for about a little period in the day and the pump would shut down. So it was an ongoing problem, like a sore, and then all of a sudden, boom, it exploded into one total shutdown of all the pumps.
The Evening News understands that the voltage regulating equipment, which it is being recommended that GWI install, could affect persons who live in close proximity to the pump stations. According to one source, sensitive equipment could be damaged.
Last night, we were there with the officers from GPL. They were there. Engineers were there on the ground with technicians and electricians trying to regularize the voltage. And to be truthful, there wasn't an officer from GWI. So there wasn't putting heads together to get the problem alleviated.
For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.